Everyone is learning the same copy formats such as emails, landing pages, and sales pages. But there's a new form of copy which is hidden in plain sight, making thousands for creators who are using them. And they are really easy to write and sell out like crazy, and they feel like selling without actually selling. And it's the same strategy I used to launch a product with a client that pulled 17,000 US dollars in its first day. It's called IG story sequences. You may have heard of them, you may have not. I've seen a couple creators talk about them. And in this video, I'll show you exactly how to write them. So, without further ado, here are the screenshots from one of my clients. So, we used their Instagram as a form of promoting a launch. So, as you can see here, from the tracking link, this was from the Instagram story that I wrote, that we put out. And after day one, we got nearly 17,000 in, not profit, this was gross. I think net profit was around the 11K mark. And yep, a couple hours after I got this message, 3 more sales overnight. So do know what I'm talking about, and this is very effective if done correctly. Why you should trust me, or why am I even explaining this? Just this month, in the month of October, I've collected just shy of £12,000 or 15,000 USD, if the math is correct, if I remember. So, oh, and I did start copywriting back in April. So, yeah, quick success. I do know what I'm talking about. Just a quick plug. Follow me on Instagram. I'm trying to hit 1K before the end of the year. And if you want the template that I'm about to show into this video, just DM me IG story and you'll get access to it. Also, if you want access to more free resources and courses and personal feedback from me and not other copywriting beginners, feel free to join my Discord. I do free weekly coaches and reviews, personally by me, so I can help you. I can guide you in the right track. After that little quick plug, we'll move on. Now, the whole reason I'm making this video is because I came across this video of Tom Stoic saying you can make 50,000 from Instagram stories and it's a new way to pitch to clients. It's not. He's kind of correct, but he's kind of not. You can make a lot of money with this, but you can't pitch people. So the whole reason this is even happening is because I came across this. Don't take advice from him. His Copy Academy, wherever it is, it's the worst thing ever. You're better off with free courses. Anyways, yes. So pitching prospects, IG stories will get you ghosted instantly. So yeah, if you've done that in the past and you've pitched a creator saying I can write you IG stories for blah 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 amount and you got ghosted, it's basically because it's impossible. IG stories should only be used to promote launches. I will get more into detail with this. There's a lot of thinking that goes into it, and yeah, I've explained it here. Yeah, overusing IG stories can cause selling fatigue within the audience. So that's the last thing you want to do, is cause selling fatigue within your audience, because if we're pushing the condition of your audience to just prepare for a sales pitch all the time, they're less likely to buy. If you do want to sign clients with these, I did do an outreach guide video. I think it's the 3rd video I've uploaded. There's a free script there. I go into detail how to use it, and it's the exact same script I used to sign my first client within 9 days of starting my whole copywriting journey. And I'll also show you how to make them. Sorry, brain fart. Oh yeah, this is the part I was worrying about. No, I wasn't worrying about. It's very late. I've had a lot of work to do. This line here, I'm going to show you exactly how to write the IG stories. So instead of paying this guy stupid amounts, I'll show you how to do it for free. So why IG stories and not emails? So Instagram's an active social media platform. The actual sequence is hidden in plain sight. You would never know it's a sale strategy or a sales sequence. After I show you, you're gonna know from now on. But yeah, trust and likability is higher with social media audiences, which is like a really key thing in today's markets where trust is like the biggest key factor in people selling. And there's also a little technique where we can manipulate the story into sharing first in people's feeds. So I will show you that later on. And for emails, what do I put? We have to work harder to get our message open, which is true. We do have to focus on subject lines and stuff like that to actually get them to open the email. It's rarely used by younger audiences. As we are getting older, I've noticed with some clients who have a target market of 30 and older, it's very hard to use social media to promote stuff, but emails it's much easier. Whereas I'm finding the opposite on the other side, where younger audiences are more open to selling, well, promoting on here and buying from Instagram than actually using emails. With emails, you've got to abide by rules and algorithms to avoid spam detection, which just makes it so hard when writing emails, avoiding spam, especially with Gmail's recent update where I think any link will just put you into a promotions tab, which really messes up deliverability. And it's not as active as social media platforms. Like, ask yourself this: how many unopened emails do you have in your inbox right now? Probably hundreds, if not thousands. But when someone uploads a story on Instagram, you're most likely going to view it, which is where the disparity comes in. What do I write here? Both are written using a similar structure, which is kind of easy. So if you do know how to write a basic email, you can write this. I'll show it later on. And here's an example of businesses and coaches using IG stories. So William Brown's one of them. So here's what it looks like. So they'll have like a big announcement or a hook. Nice little picture, aesthetically pleasing. Excuse me. Story, 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 proof, 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 and a CTA right at the end. Now, one thing to notice, a lot of Instagram stories will always have contrasting text depending on what the background is. So it's more easy to write, and they always have a next story. Now, if you use Instagram, you know you're always tapping next story, next story, next story, but they're just making you go to the next. So you go from one next to another, to another, to another. Cardinal Mason, another copywriting fraud. Don't listen to him, he's the worst. Here's him using Instagram stories. So you got a hook, a little body slash story, more hook slash story with a bit of proof sprinkled in with the CTA right here. Again, they're using the next story, next story, next story. Here's a coach that I did used to work for or work with. Here's a different approach. There's no hook. I think when I took the screenshot of this, the hook expired, like the actual story expired after 24 hours, but there was a hook, proof, 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 CTA. Here's another one, growth operating. This really works across any niche at this point. It's more if you've got an active social media following. So hook again, directly calling out the ICP, growth operators, closers, content agencies, story, story, proof, 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 CTA. Here's Musa, the clipping, I can't remember what he had. He had like a clipping product, I think, or TikTok, whatever he does. Same thing again, hook. I mean, this one's a bit more to the point. It's not really building on anything. It's just proof, CTA, proof, CTA, proof, CTA. Iman Gadzhi, the GOAT of info products, the godfather, if you'd like to call it. This one's a bit different. He's showing behind the scenes, but is also implementing questions and stories. So you've got a basic one, which looks natural, question of him answering, story, proof, CTA. So a lot of creators use this. Once you start analyzing a lot of funnels and looking at your big creators, you will start to see them implementing story sequences where they're constantly selling you stuff. It is really eye-opening. Once you see it, you can't unsee it. And now, if I've ruined your perception on your favorite creator because they're using the story sequences, tough. Anyways, this will only work if the business or creator has a personal brand and an engaged audience. Now, if you've got 20 followers, you need to focus on growing the followers, not actually doing story sequences. And engaged audience. I've worked with a creator who had, I think, 20,000 followers, but got 200 story views, which was absolutely outrageous. So we could not use that for her. Just some quick things to remember. It's a promo method that should be used rarely, right? So, as I was saying earlier, there's buyer fatigue or seller's fatigue. If you constantly do this, every time someone, a follower opens a story, they're going to think they're being sold to, which we don't want, right? So this should only be used for big launches or just self promo every few weeks, or if you're just trying to squeeze that last resort of cash to get as much sales as possible. That's when you should be using Instagram launches. Other than that, it should be restricted to either once a month or for big events or big launches only. Never as a main promo method. We should just stick to landing pages and content for that. So now the juicy part, right? How do we actually write them? What did I put here? Pretty easy. Use high quality pictures / appealing background pictures. So if you look at the examples up here, most of them are high quality photos or something interesting going on in the background. Oh, anyways, this is a good one. Poor steering wheel instantly hooks, because we with social media, you don't just only use text to hook. You can use pictures as well. I mean, this one here, him on a sky roof, sky whatever it's called, sky swimming pool. So high quality pictures. Make sure the text is easy to read. Yeah, so again, contrast. So we can't use dark colored text on a dark color background. There's got to be some vibrant, easy to read text on there. What have I put here? So this is the baseline template. So it's hook, story, proof, CTA. Now with hook, you only need one slide, and with CTA, you only need one slide. But with stories or body / the proof, you can have 3 to 4. You don't want to make it too long because people are just going to start tapping, and just instantly clicking away. You want to make this about minimum 4 to 8 slides long. As you can see here with the creators, some of them use 2 for story, 2 for hooks, or not hooks, 2 for proof. We just got proof, CTA, story, body, proof, CTA. So this is just the minimum version, and then here's William Brown using the maximum version. I think this is 7 or 8. 7. Yep, 7. So hook, story, proof, CTA. It's quite easy to do. These are very easy to do. I'm trying to remember something. It's not coming to me. Anyways, boost and open rates. Now, there is a trick to this that should only be used when desperate times call for desperate measures. So as you know, Instagram has a close friends list. Now, when you're added to a close friend, if a lot of you should know this, once you're added to a close friends list, when they post a story, it's the first one that pops up. So if you add all of your followers to a close friends list and use that close friends list to do this hook, story, Instagram sequence, the open rate is going to be much higher and the conversion rates will be even higher. This will just give them that false sense of, ooh, I feel special. They've added me to a close friends list. Let me see what they've got to open. It gives them that sense of uniqueness. It's very hard to pull off. Some of these creators, I'm not sure, some of the creators I've worked with who have smaller followers, it's easier to do because you have to manually add each person. There's no select all. But I have seen cases where smaller creators and creators I've worked with, we've put a separate close friends list to do promotions, and we've seen big numbers. I think the launch I did up here, we did do the close friends thing, but it was over like 11,000 followers, and I think I managed to get 8,000 before. It was just too time consuming, but the numbers do speak for themselves. But this is usually a last resort to squeeze as much cash as possible. It is time consuming and may have limits. I did try this with another creator, but we couldn't get around the Instagram restrictions. I think we got to about 4,000 before we couldn't add anymore. Maybe there's an update that's changed it, but this is like a last resort, what you should do if you wanted to promote anything. So that should be the end of the video. Again, if you want the framework here, the little template, just DM me this on Instagram and you should get access instantly. Again, try to hit 1K before the end of the month. access to free course and resources is in this Discord. Personal feedback from me, free weekly coaching, charge nothing. Once a week, get actual feedback from a real copywriter, not these idiots who've never made money in their lives and will tell you that your hook is bad and your ending is the best thing ever when it's not. So yeah, that's it. Sorry for a long delay. Been very busy with client work. We'll get back to uploading soon. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you soon.